What's up, everybody? It is your boy, Mike the Dude here, and we are back with another Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 Hero Colosseum video. Guys, I am back from Vegas. I got in yesterday. I flew in and I got here about, I think I got back to my apartment at about probably like 5 or 6 p.m. I was going on about 24 hours of no sleep. I worked for about 14 to 15 hours straight. I was working on the iHeart Festival in Vegas. Fantastic time, guys. I was there for 9 days straight, working, grinding. We're back. I told you guys I would be back, and we're back with another video today. So, we're doing the top 10 best speed figures in the game. Now, obviously, Broly isn't one of them. I wouldn't put this Broly even in the top 20 best characters in the game. But, that list is coming up right now, guys. So, we'll be right back. Let's get into number 10. Defense is last. Defense is going to be weird. These characters necessarily don't have the highest. Some of them don't have the highest speed stats. Like, they're not on this page, and I don't think they're on this page either. But, some of them, I'll explain why they're on the list, because speed I don't think necessarily dictates if they're a good speed character. If they're a good speed character, they go on speed teams. They help your team go first, but they have other goals, or they gain speed in other ways. They're not just straight off the bat like this guy. This guy's not on the list, first of all. This guy's not on the list in any way. He has one of the highest speed stats in the game, but he's just not on the list for me, and he has no dupes. He's not on the list, guys, but we'll be right back. Let's get into it. All right, guys, we are back. Let's get into it. Number 10 is Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, number 284, the speed version, level max 99, HP is 4430, attack is 5150, defense 1050, and speed is 6240. Transcendent Heights is his opposing skill. Place on a trigger square for plus 30% to own damage dealt, minus 10% to own damage taken, and also ignore opponent damage reduction effects when attacking stacks during that turn only, guys. Top left, bottom right are his trigger squares. I think bottom right is his best trigger square in my opinion, but some things I want to note about this character. HP low for obvious reasons. He's a speed character. They don't really have a lot of HP. They don't have a lot of speed characters with a ridiculous amount of HP. That's just how it never works. Attack, pretty okay. It's like mid, I would say, because his opposing skill gives him 30% damage dealt. He doesn't need, like, if he would have had 8,000 attack with 6,000 speed, or even 6,000, even if you bump it to 6K, bump it to 6, flat 6, with a 30% damage dealt, and he also ignores opponent's damage reduction effects, so like you can't lower the amount of damage I'm going to do. I'm doing 30. That's it. I think that's pretty solid, guys. Speed, defense is okay. He's above 1,000. Like, honestly, you won't activate Piccolo's, the new Piccolo's posing skill, where if you have below 1,000, you get 700 speed, 700 defense. It's whatever. You're never really going to use the two. You could use the two because he goes top left and he goes bottom left. You theoretically could use him, but I wouldn't really. It's not like this character's groundbreaking in any way. He's in the top 10 for me because 6,240 speed is nothing to play with. And the fact that he has that much speed and he has a 30% damage reduction, 30% damage dealt buff is ridiculous, guys. Minus 10% damage taken, it's whatever. He has less than 5,000 HP, so, like, I feel like you're going to get one-shotted by most of the characters anyway that you face. But overall, guys, I think he's a fantastic character. He's bottom right, so you can throw anybody in front of him. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. You have UI Goku. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. You have the new Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta. You have the second version Blue Evolution Vegeta that gains 1,000 attack and gains 1,000 speed when he's on the field, and then does the same thing when he's by himself, and he also ignores defense. That guy's just a monster, right? So I think he's pretty solid. Number 10. Number 9, guys, is Fu. I think Fu is phenomenal. And as a speed character, he's good. So, like, I'm going to put him in the speed list, right? But he's used on defensive teams as well. So, number 353 Fu, level max 99, HP is 5530, attack is 4580, defense is 870, so he would get the buff from Piccolo, and then speed is 6140, so he has, 100 less speed than him, right? But his posing skill is Insatiable Thirst for Knowledge. Why'd you have to make it that long? Just put Insatiable Knowledge, I don't know. Place on the trigger square to decrease own speed by half and increase own attack by speed value. So, he loses half his speed. Half. And he gives the half to his attack, right? Place on the trigger square to decrease own speed by half. Increase own attack by speed value. Yeah, so you're basically giving half your attack, half your speed and giving it to him. So he's gaining what? Like 30, he's gaining 3,070 attack here. puts him at 7,650 or something. Puts him at 7,600 with 3,000 speed. So he's still a good speed character because he just has 3,000 speed then. So you could put him on defensive setups. And attack opponents in the back row. That one's the big one because there's so many defensive setups nowadays where you put a HP character in the front, attack character in the back, and you have Vados, right? Or you put Vados, heavy hitter in the back behind Vados, and then you just put a random character on the field, right? Just pick anybody you want. He's killing that character almost every time, depending on who it is. Like if it's Final Form Frieza, the one that lowers attack by like 15%, maybe doesn't kill, maybe, and that's if no doubles happen, right? But this dude has 7,600 attack when he gets his attack from his speed, right? And if no opponents are in the back row, attack those in the front row. I think that's pretty solid, right? His trigger squares are amazing. Bottom left, bottom right, and top middle. The fact that he has 3 makes him better than a lot of other characters in the game, simply due to the fact that he just has more. He has half of the field he can go. And honestly, I would rather have him had all back slots, like all bottom left, bottom middle, bottom right. But that's not the case, guys. I think he goes very well. He goes very well with a numerous amount of characters. Just all of the characters I named for Blue Vegeta, plus a bunch more because he goes bottom left, which means he goes with Blue Vegeta. He goes with Blue Gogeta. He goes with Super Vegito. He goes with UI Goku. He goes top middle, so you could run him with Videl, which I have never done. And honestly, I think that's a pretty solid setup because Piccolo plus a character behind him has been a very bothersome setup, I would say. So Videl plus him actually wouldn't be bad considering he's lowering his own speed, but he'll still have 3,000, right? So it's not like he's losing, like... And especially if you're running against a defensive setup, like, you don't really need to worry about you losing speed and, like, oh, no, I'm not going to go second. Because more than likely, you're going to go second. I mean, you're going to go first. Because if you're running against a decent defensive setup, 3,000 on one character is already enough. You just throw random characters on, you're going first, right? So, number 9 is Fu. I think he does so much damage as well. I think he hits ridiculously hard. His defense is really low, but his HP is good. His attack's good, considering he gains attack from his speed. His defense is solid. His defense is trash. And his speed is amazing, right? So number 7, right? No, this is 9, so 8. This guy. Now, I'm taking 01 skills out of it because Perfect Cell would be on here, right? And I don't have Perfect Cell on this list because I don't think he does really anything for the team besides just have a lot of speed. But you need to be able to do something else. You can't just be a high-speed character, right? High-speed character can do more than one thing. You don't even have to use him in his trigger square. You can put him outside of it. Now he has 6,000 speed with kind of crappy attack, right? You hit harder because you have plus 30% and you have a lot of speed, right? So, Future Gohan, guys, HP is 35, number is 138, because a lot of people ask for numbers instead of me just saying speed Future Gohan. I do not have the new Future Gohan either, so I wouldn't have put him on this list anyways, I don't think, but number 138, Future Gohan, level max 99, HP 3510, attack is 5060, defense is 990, and speed is 7050. Now, speed, obviously, is the best in the game. Almost the best in the game. I don't have a lot of people with dupes into speed, but best in the game. For me. Attack is alright. I think his attack's pretty solid, considering what his posing skill is and how ridiculous it is. I think that's pretty good. HP is a little low, obviously, you can see. And his defense is but he gains defense, right? So, place on a trigger, hope for the future. Place on a trigger square for plus 500 to your attack, 350 to your defense, repeatable. Solid, I think that's amazing already. He's gaining 500 attack, repeatable. And he's gaining 350 defense. And then, when somebody dies, and when an ally is defeated, you get 1,000 attack and 350 defense, and everybody on your team gets 500 attack. That's really good. Bottom left, top right are trigger squares, so he goes with a variety of people, guys. All of the characters I named for those past 2 characters, he goes with Blue Vegeta twice. He goes with Fu. He goes with Fu. He goes with basically almost everybody on this list because he's such a good character, guys. First of all, you don't even have to run him in trigger square to like just have him because he's 7,000 speed, so you could run him anywhere, and he's just made to go first, right? But I think his attack is really good. I think the fact that his defense is building up, he's going to be above 1,200 attack, 1,200 defense, which is very solid. I have up A skills and speed up A and speed up B on him, just in case. No, what? Yeah, speed up B and then speed up A. So I have him with guaranteed, like, he's buffing his own speed because I do believe that he is still very good. Obviously, he's in the top 10 for me, but he's not even in the top 5 because I think he's been replaced. His trigger square bottom left, there's been a character that came out with him that is that is still better than him in my opinion because he does more he does one thing for the team that he just can't do. It's just simple as that, guys. So, number 8, I believe, Future Gohan. Think he's pretty solid still. Besides 01 skills, there's really nothing wrong with him. It's not like he's been hard replaced. Like, it's not like he's outdated because I still see people using him. I still use him sometimes. It depends on what I'm using him for. But he can get pretty ridiculous if you have like 2 characters die. He's gaining 1,000 attack, which means he's at 7,000. Say that was turn 3 when that happened. You gain 500 attack 3 times, which means he's at 8,500 attack. So he can get pretty ridiculous pretty fast depending on the circumstances, guys. But number 7, the GOAT, the girl, the bae of the game, Android 18, number 152, Android 18. Now, a level max 99, HP is 4370, attack is 5680, defense is 1010, speed is 5720, posing skill is sultry swimwear. I understand why they made it that, but like, come on. When has she ever worn a swimsuit? I ain't hating on it, but come on. Place on a trigger square for plus 500 to own speed repeatable and prevent all opponents from switching places until the end of the next turn. Top left and top right are his trigger squares. Guys, now she gains 500 speed, so I had to put her on the list considering she has 5,700 speed for me. I went 50-50 with attack and speed dupes because I wanted to keep her balanced. She doesn't need all 10 dupes into speed. I just think if you have at least 5 dupes into her in speed, bump her attack because she really doesn't hit that hard anyways. But plus 500 speed, repeatable, and locks everybody in place till the end of next turn. I think the locking thing is still pretty valuable. I think it's still very good, considering you don't have to use her, right? And some people are thinking, Muggs, you're smoking meth, my guy. What are you talking about? Like, you can just never use her in the game, and you just not using her makes the other person that you're playing, what you're doing dictates how they put their characters on the field, right? Some people I know Sun Santana plays this way. He just does what he thinks is what's going to work. He doesn't think about what I'm doing. He just goes, I'm going to do this. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. We'll just see what happens, right? But how I play is I think about what they're going to do, and then I try to dictate what I'm going to do, not really, right? But some people try to play around her, and that's the problem, is if you just make your decisions based on what you want to do, sometimes that Android 18 locking doesn't really work. Like, cool, you locked them in place, but that lock really didn't accomplish anything. Some people get really messed up playing against Android 18 because you're just threatening them with that. So they may make a mistake or do a setup that benefits you in a way, and you didn't even use her. And they did something stupid simply due to the fact that you just have a character and you didn't even have to use said character. Like Toa. You don't have to use Toa to use Toa. But when you use her, it's pretty sweet, isn't it? 500 speed, pretty solid. Defense is pretty solid. Attack, pretty solid for what she is. And HP is a little low, but pretty solid for what she is. She literally is a very well-rounded character, guys. I really have nothing negative to say about her. Like, she's good. She has 2 good trigger scores, top left and top right. The locking thing, I think, is still one of the best abilities in the game. One of the best. Like, when characters, like the new Future Gohan, right? He locks himself in place. I hate that. Like, I don't have him, but I've played against people that use him all the time. I think that's trash. Like, I'm killing that character the turn after you lock him in there. And I may kill the character behind him or might kill the character around him, and the lock didn't matter then. Like, I think he gives attack and speed to everybody, but to me, that's trash. To me, I'm not saying he's bad, but locking yourself in place is terrible. It's like a terrible idea. Like, Android 21, the EX version, or the UR version, when she locks herself in place, or she hits an Android 18, that's terrible. You've locked yourself in place. You can't do anything. Now you have to use her where she uses her, and which is terrible, especially if the game's like turn 5. It's pretty bad, guys. So, I believe she was number 6. Number 6. EX Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, not the attack version. Level max 99, EX 20, level 99. HP is 7130, amazing. Attack 6500, amazing. Defense 770, not good, but wait. Speed is 5160, posing skill diffusion to end off fusions. I would say that about the other one. Blaze on a trigger square for plus 1,000 your attack. Like I said, attack is great considering he gains 1,000. So now he's at 7,500 just for being on his trigger square. To your attack, 350 your defense. So now he's at 10. Now he's at 1,000. What? 1,020 or whatever. And then minus 15% to ultimate attack damage for all opponents on the field. That's all right. That's not great, but it's not good. And then gain a permanent 350 defense on odd turns. So he's getting tankier. And 500 speed on even turns, right? I would have rather had defense and attack rather than defensive speed buff. But obviously no change in it now. 350 defense is pretty solid, so it'll be at over 1,000 defense. His speed on even turns, the dude's got 5k speed and he's still gaining speed. Like, he didn't need it. Like, defense and attack would have been perfect for me, guys. But the 1,000 attack is amazing. The defensive buffs are great considering he goes top left, which means who goes bottom left? The one that came out with him too, the other EX Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, that is arguably the best character in the game. He's the best attack character in the game, but arguably the best character in the damn game, goes behind him as well. So just with those two alone, you have almost 9k speed. And the one character that you're using him with just shreds everything. Not like this guy doesn't, though. Like, 7,100 HP, so he's going to tank because his HP is high enough to tank most attacks. With the defense he's going to be getting, first turn he gains 350. Oh, wow. Woo! So first turn, bro, he's going to be at 1,400 defense because he's gaining 350 from his posing skill, the first part. 350 defense from the second part, which is permanent. So, yeah, he's really good. I might need to use him more. I think I've maybe used him 4 times. And 4 times with showcases, right? So, like, he's not bad. I think he's pretty solid. I think the fact that he's 6 shows that he is a very good character. A lot of people use him. Double Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is a very potent setup. So, guys, let's get into 5-1. 1 won't surprise you. I think 2, I don't know. We'll see, guys. We'll be right back. All right, guys, let's get into it. Vegeta is number 5, right? So, number 270, Vegeta, level max 99. HP is 3990. Attack is 7710. Defense is 970. Speed is 4140. Now, the strongest warrior, guys, is his posing skill. Pretty sums up what he does. Place on a trigger score for plus 350 to all stats repeatable. Outside of HP. Plus 10% damage taken by all opponents if you go first. Minus 10% damage dealt by all opponents if you go second. Top left. Bottom right. Now, he goes with literally the hardest hitting character in the game almost. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. He goes with him, right? So he goes in front of him and he goes behind him. He's gaining 350 to all stats. I'm just going to breeze over him because he was in the top 10 best attack figures in the game, the speed version of that list. And I think it was like 4. He was either 4 or 3. I think it was 4. He was either 5 or 4. But he gains all stats. I think it's phenomenal. He's making everybody take 10% more damage when you go first. That's the goal, so more than likely you're going to get it, depending if you're running against a speed team. And the minus 10% damage dealt, honestly, isn't bad if you go. Even if you don't go first and you're just hitting a Vados with just him, Vados I don't think will kill him right away unless it's an attack Vados. Like a defensive Vados with all attack dupes. Even, obviously, the speed Vados will kill him, but the defensive Vados with all speed dupes probably will kill him, maybe with a double, right? But HP really low, I have no problem with that, given what kind of top tier, very, very good. He'll be at 8,000 attack turn 1 when he gets to 350. Defense, he's going to have above 1,000 defense, which is pretty solid. And then speed, he'll probably hit, he'll be at like 4490, but like that's if you don't, yeah, he'll be at 4490, and that's if you don't buff his speed in any other way. Obviously, you have these skills that just make him ridiculous, guys. But he goes with so many characters. He goes with Vados. He goes with Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. He goes with any character that goes top right, and he goes with any character that goes bottom left. Future Gohan and future Trunks. So number 4 is Ex24 Super Saiyan Gogeta. Now, I underestimated him. Now, Pikkon is not on this list. Pikkon makes this guy instantly jump up a list, jump up a tier, right? But Pikkon's not on this list, and he's still in the top 5 for me because he's that good. Ex24 Gogeta Super Saiyan, level max 99, HP is 5750, attack is 5650, defense is 720, speed is 6520. No dupes, and he's in the top 3 on my account in speed. Posing skill, unparalleled fusion. Place on trigger square to add 3% of own master's attack to... I can't talk. Place on a trigger square. First of all, guys, I'm still very sleepy. Still very tired. I slept like 10 hours maybe? No. I think I slept like maybe 9 hours last night. I finally got to lay down in my bed and I passed out. Guys. But I'm back. Place on a trigger square to add 3% of own master's max HP to own attack repeatable. I think that's 750 if you're at level... I think that's at 750. I think you gain 750 attack if you're at level 99. Defeat an opponent for minus 20% to own master's defense. I think that's pretty good because Piccolo's a pretty toxic character and rampant character in today's meta, considering defensive setups are running the game. And if own... This is one of my favorite parts. I just learned about... Like, I didn't even notice it until right now, and I've used it multiple times. If own ultimate attack gauge is at 80% or higher, 350 to own attack for each ally left. So you're telling me this guy, once you get above 80%, there's 5 characters. You can take 5 characters into the game. You can take 5 characters into the game. If you end up with 4 characters still alive, 350, 350, 350, 350. 1,400 attack, bro? Why? On top of the fact that he gained 750 from his posing skill. I think he's insane. Like, when I literally just read, because I didn't even notice it until now. Like, literally now. I'm not joking when I say that. Now. If own ultimate attack gauge is at 80% or higher, that's 350 attack to each ally left. Brother, that is ridiculous. He's going to be... Oh, it's stacks during that turn only. It doesn't matter to me. You're telling me that he's going to gain probably 750 from his first part of his posing skill, then plus 1,400. The dude's going to be gaining 2,150 attack, bro. 750 of that is repeatable, but like, come on. His HP is good. His attack is very good. His defense is low, but you can use him with the pickle. My hair's everywhere. I need a shave and a haircut. I was in Vegas for too long. His attack, solid. Defense, Speed, top 3 on my account, right? I don't think the only negative he has is the trigger square is only top middle, but like, I think if he had one in the back, I think he'd be top 3 best characters in the game. So number 3. When I said there was a character that was not on any list, was not on the first page, second page, it was on the third page, and I didn't scroll over because I would have given it away, is this guy, right? I'm going to breeze over him because he was the best character, best attack speed character in the game, to me, right? So Ex24 Gogeta, HP 8130, attack 7980, defense 630, speed is 2890, overwhelming might. That's an understatement. Posing skill overwhelming might is his trigger square. Now, I'm going to be going over his posing skill, but I'm going to really highlight and talk about the speed part. Obviously, he's ridiculous in attack. Plus 1,000 attack and 500 your speed, and plus 15% damage taken by all opponents, stacks during that turn only. Amazing, right? Like, you could literally stop there and I'd have no problem with it. But he's gaining 500 speed, so now he's at 3390, with just that part, once the turn starts. 3390, right? Then he gains, say it's turn 2, will gain a permanent 500 attack on odd turns and permanent 500 speed on even turns. Say it's an even turn, say it's turn 2, he's going to be gaining another 500 speed, so he'll be at 3890 speed with over almost 9k attack. And he's making everybody take 50% more damage. Doesn't that sound balanced? That sounds incredibly balanced, right? I think the fact that he's going to be gaining, say it's turn 4, he would have gained 500 attack twice, which means he's at 1,000. Just add speed to that, and he'll be at 3890 permanently, plus the 500 speed from the top part. He'll be at 4390 speed turn 4. And that's why he's top 3. Number 2, Future Trunks, guys. Like, I didn't want to really go over him that much because he's like, at this point, it's almost a meme to me personally because it's like, dog, again, like, he literally is one of the best characters in the game. Future Trunks is number 2, and number 1, if you can't guess it, it's Videl. Number 2 is Future Trunks. Some people have him as the best character in the game. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think he's top 10 in the game, but I don't think he's top 1. Like, I wouldn't say put him 1. Number 120, Future Trunks. HP 11 max 99. HP is 4060. Attack is 4270. Defense is 1570. Speed is 5620. Placed on opposing scale is the power of hope. Placed on a trigger square for plus 1000 to your attack and speed. This is the best part of it. I think this is by far the best part. Minus 30% damage taken by your master. Stacks during that turn only. Bottom left, top middle is your trigger squares. He goes with Videl because he goes top middle. He goes with Pikkon and Super Gogeta setup. So if you use Super Gogeta, top middle, Pikkon, and then him, pretty solid. He goes with, I already showed you all of the list. He goes with him. He goes with her. Doesn't go with you. Goes with you. Let me just show you the account. Goes with you. Goes with you technically, but you're really never going to run them together. Goes with you. Let me just show you the best team in the game, in my opinion. Right in there is the best team in the game, in my opinion, outside of Vados, Final Form, Frieza, and Toa. That's it. Yep. Because literally, guys, like when I'm saying this, I truly do mean this. That minus 30% damage taken by your master is one of the best posing skills in the game. Far none. Because OG Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, the one that makes you take 15% more damage if he hits you, he's the only person that can do anything to that 30%. He's the only person that can do anything to that percent. Outside of the villainous, like say you're running Future Trunks and one of the villainous characters, like say you're running, where the fuck is he? I don't know how low he is. He should be somewhere. I thought he had 4k speed, dog. Where the fuck is he? Oh, he's 3k speed. This, plus 20% damage. Feel for plus 20% damage you deal and ignore opponents. Oh, does he not do anything? Oh, plus 20% damage taken by your master, right? Say you're running him and Future Trunks. He is the only person that can do anything to that Future Trunks is minus 30%. I mean, minus 30% damage taken by your master. Only person that can do anything to that. And OG Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Well, all the villainous characters do that, I believe, but this guy's a monster. HP low, attack gets to 5270 when he gets the buff. I have all dupes into speed, but I only pulled 3 of them, guys. To me, that's crazy. And I summon a lot. Defense is 1570 and speed is 5620. Once he gets that 1000 speed, he's going to be at 6620, which is where on my list? Oh, 6620, he's right there. Literally with him. Yeah, because where is he? He's only down there, but once he gets that 1000 speed, he's faster than you, faster than you, faster than you, faster than you. And he's faster than everybody that was in front of him, I guess. But guys, yeah, I think Future Trunks, top tier, number 2 in the game. Number 1, I don't really need to spend much time on this girl. We all know why she's good. Some people think she's fallen off. I think as a character, I think as like a staple on speed teams, I still think she is the best speed character in the game, because if I'm running a speed team, you're running a speed team. If you don't have her and I do, nana boo boo, I go first and you don't, haha. Literally, like that's how it is. So number 295, Videl, I'm going to go over real quickly. Level max 99, HP is 5170, fantastic. Attack 5350, fantastic. Defense 1560, fantastic. Speed 3820, fantastic. They made her very good. Poison skill, Alluring Visage. Placed on a trigger square for minus 70% defense and speed to all opponents on the field. Stacks during that turn only. It's not 70, it's 35 or 30. Trigger squares, bottom, middle, top, right. Guys, I don't really need to go over that much, but literally, like, this is the best team in the game, in my opinion. She's on it, because if you use her, Gogeta, Pikkon, you're lowering their defense by 30%. He's making them take 15% more damage. He just hits like a truck. You're going to be going first, considering these two together have over 10,000 speed. You add her, overkill. You can run her and him. That's what? I mean, just after the buff, 6,600 speed, 3820 speed, and I'm excluding speed up A skills. You're at 10k speed. Yeah, by far. You're at 10k speed with these two. You can throw him on there, and now you're just incinerating everything. Like, she snapped. She literally is the reason I did not want to play ranked very much outside of Toa, because I didn't want to run Videl. I have one Videl deck, right? One. And it's this, and that's if I play Legends, or I play Santana, or I play J-Swiss, or I play Jeezy. If I run into any of them, and I kind of, like, we're messing around, and then one of them uses a really good deck, I'm like, bet. because I know every single one of them has this deck. I know Legends has multiple versions of this deck, and it has her on it. She is top 5 best characters in the game, guys. But that's going to do it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe as always. It feels good to be back, guys. I was itching to record some Hero Colosseum the whole time I was in Vegas. Next up is the defensive figures list, or I might just straight up go to... Nah, I'm going to do the defensive figures list next. I don't know if it'll be the next video you see. It might be a showcase video, might be a, the Buff Boys video, or Zenkai Buff video. We'll see how I feel, guys. But that's going to do it for the video. Love y'all. Duddy deuces, everybody. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. As always.